Okay, so let me explain. The other day I was walking out of my shower and I accidentally broke a glass. There were shards of broken glass everywhere. I was alone, afraid, and the only person who could save me was Robert, my vacuum cleaner robot. So today, I want to make a game where, much like in real life, he's the hero. However, it's Saturday, 11 AM, and I have to get back to work on Monday, so I only have 14 hours of work to make this game. So let's go. The game is going to be pretty simple. We're going to be a vacuum cleaner in a room, and we're going to try to suck up as much dust as possible in a fixed amount of time. The first step is going to be to do 3D modeling. First, I'm going to make a 3D model of a vacuum cleaner. Now I have a fairly realistic vacuum cleaner, however, it's a bit boring, right? So I think we're gonna add a few details to it. I'm fairly happy with the vacuum cleaner now. I think we can move on to the furniture that will be in the rooms. It took about 2 hours, but now we have our vacuum cleaner and some furniture, enough to make a living room, and we can switch to Unreal Engine to start actually making the game. Oh, we're gonna need a name for this game. Vacuum Race. It's a bit weird. Racing vacuum? Okay, it's a game for Robert, so let's call it Robert. So now let's start to integrate all of the models we did. We should now have our vacuum cleaner in the game. What the f is going on? One more time. Why won't this work? Oh! What's going on? Oh wait. Should be a lot better now. Okay, so maybe that's a bit too much force now. Let's just remove a 0. Now it's boring as fuck. Yeah, it's working pretty well. Let's continue working on this later. For now I want to import the rest of the furniture. Right, we now have all of our meshes inside the engine. Let's see what happens if I press play. Yep, seems about right. I can still move this kind of stuff, and yeah, perfect, honestly perfect. So first of all, I want to make this look a bit better, because as you can see the lighting is not perfect. I'm not very pleased with the color so far, it looks really weird. But yeah, I'll keep improving on it. I'm gonna fix the movement of the vacuum cleaner. What we want to do is basically rotate the robot in the direction of the mouse. So like if my mouse is here, it should rotate in that direction and then move basically. Instead of just like being pushed by a random force of nature in the direction of the mouse. Also obviously we want to avoid this kind of bugs. Ooh, the UFO. A non-flying vacuum, I guess. Yeah, I think it's simple and effective. The vacuum tries always to go towards the mouse. There is a bit of lag, like if I just do a 180 it will like drift in a way. So yeah, it's pretty fun to use. I could drift around in this room forever, but we do need some gold for the game. The room is going to be covered in dust and we're going to have to suck it up as fast as possible using the vacuum. But that does require dust, and this is honestly going to be the hardest part of this project. I'm probably going to need to try different ways. I do hope to finish it up at least today, but we'll see how it goes. I guess I could take this image and layer it on top of itself. We have some dust here. Hey, first crash. So that would be our dust. So we have this basic version working. It's not really good. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure what's the best way forward. Doing the dust is kind of hard. I spent a few hours on this. Honestly, I was hoping to be a bit further than this at this point. The end of the first day, I barely have the basic game working. It's actually been 2 years since I made a video game, so I'm kind of rusty in all of this. This afternoon, picking up Unreal, I had to fix a lot of small issues that took me a lot of time each, but yeah. We'll see tomorrow how it goes. Yeah. So the dust does not look really good, but at least it's fully working. It took about 4 hours of work, so it was a really big chunk of this project. So I think we can move on for now. Something important is missing from the game right now: sound. So we're gonna add some sound effects for the vacuum cleaner, for the furniture tumbling, all of this, and also we're gonna add some funky music. So cue in the headphones and let's go. That one's pretty good. We also want a noise for the engine of the vacuum, so I was thinking maybe like a chopper. Okay, maybe not a chopper. We can try this one. I'm gonna add a sound every time we catch something, something like I don't know, I'm not sure what to search for honestly. Gulp. Oh, pretty good. Just imagine the guy recording this. Honestly, that's too good. Or can I just export the selected bit? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's try again. Perfect. Let's try. I don't think my sound is really good actually. Let's try to just tune the pitch. Just more bass. Sounds like scraping, it's kinda weird. I think that can work for now. Let's try to have some bops. I'm starting to think it's maybe easier to just record sounds. I need to punch something. Yeah. Lunch break. During my lunch break, I got really frustrated of thinking about the dust, so I sunk another hour into it. Obviously, a good idea given how late I am already, but yeah, now it looks a bit better. So anyway, we do need to record these sounds for collisions, otherwise it's gonna sound really bad. So I'm gonna find some heavy objects I can hit. So the microphone will come with me on a small adventure. I'm just smashing random stuff at this point. Shit, I may have killed this cutting board. Seems like we have about 25 collisions. I guess I'm colliding with the floor. Okay, and... Right. What I'm gonna do is basically use... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Seems pretty good. The sounds are far from perfect, but we are running out of time, so I'm just gonna put the funky music over it and I hope it will sound well overall. I like it. I'm gonna leave the sounds like this for now because I don't have any time left. Unreal Engine ships with a lot of features to make photorealistic game, and we're gonna disable all of it. So now the game looks worse than before, but if we continue to make it look worse, it will eventually look stylized. I switched to cel shading, which is a technique where instead of having smooth shadows, you have bends, which create a style. It's present in a few games. I just have 3 hours to finish the game, so I'm gonna go into polishing phase and improve everything I can. Adjust the camera perspective, fine-tune the color. That looks so bad. Add a timer to the game, adjust the physics, add a main menu, add a finishing menu, a small intro, another room. So I'm officially out of time, so I guess I'm gonna have to stop here. We have this beautiful main menu. I know I spent a lot of time on it. Now you can start the game in the living room of the bedroom, which is gonna start the music, sound and all of this. And we will have to clean as much as possible dust in 30 seconds. So now the objects are a lot lighter than they were before, so I can move them very easily. Also now the walls are very bouncy, as you might have noticed a few times, so it's really fun to play. Yeah, unfortunately sometimes we do get stuck, so we have to be careful about not doing too much. And we just beat our new high score, so let's try again. Can't win every time. I'm pretty happy with the visual rendering of the game. The cel shading is pretty nice, the lighting is pretty fun, and you can play with the lamp. Woo! Give me speed! Yeah, too hard. We also have a second room now. I did it kind of in a rush. I basically couldn't even test it. So as you can see, it's fairly empty. So it's a bit too easy almost, because obviously you can just vacuum whatever here. But yeah, a small bedroom. Being my first game in 2 years, I think it's pretty good. It's still fun, and that's the main goal of any game, is being fun. I guess I'm gonna show the game to Robert. Robert!
Démarrage du nettoyage sélectif de pièces.
The game I made for you. You have to suck up as much dust as possible. I know it's your field of specialty after all. So did you enjoy the game?
Support de serpillière retiré.